Have you ever wondered about the intricate web of relationships that define the Middle East? A region filled with rich history, diverse cultures, and unfortunately, a myriad of conflicts. Let's take a moment to unravel the complex tapestry of one such conflict, the ongoing tensions between Iran and Israel. The roots of this tension stretch back decades, entwined in the very fabric of Middle Eastern geopolitics. The establishment of Israel in the late 1940s stirred up a storm in the region, leading to a series of conflicts that persist to this day. The Jewish state's very existence has been a point of contention for many Middle Eastern countries, Iran included. The situation took a dramatic turn with the Iranian Revolution in the late 1970s. This seismic event saw Iran transform from a secular pro-Western state to an Islamic republic. This political shift, coupled with Iran's alleged pursuit of nuclear capabilities, has only fueled the already smoldering conflict with Israel. We can't ignore the role of external powers either, with the United States and other Western nations often drawn into this volatile mix. The intricate dance of alliances and rivalries, of diplomacy and warfare, has seen the Iran-Israel conflict become a central thread in the larger narrative of Middle Eastern politics. As we journey through this complex and often heartbreaking story, it's essential to understand the implications of this conflict. The Iran-Israel tension isn't just a regional issue. It's a global one. The fallout from this conflict has the potential to ripple across the world, influencing international politics and economies in ways we can't always predict. So as we delve deeper into this topic, let's remember that the stakes here are not just regional, but global. The brewing storm that is the Iran-Israel conflict isn't confined to the Middle East. Its impact is felt around the world, and it's a storm we all need to understand better. As we delve deeper, keep in mind that the stakes here are not just regional, but global. To truly understand the current situation, we need to journey back in time. Our timeline begins in the 1980s during the Iran-Iraq War. The conflict was one of the longest conventional wars of the 20th century, and it had a profound impact on the region. Israel at the time was one of the few countries that supported Iran, a seemingly unlikely alliance that was largely driven by the common enemy they shared in Iraq. Fast forward to the year 2006, when tensions escalated dramatically during the Lebanon War. This conflict saw Israel and Hezbollah, an Iranian-backed political and military group based in Lebanon, engaged in a brutal, month-long war. The war ended with a United Nations brokered ceasefire, but the tensions between Iran and Israel remained, simmering beneath the surface. 4 years later, in 2010, the world witnessed the Stuxnet cyber attack. This was a groundbreaking event in the annals of cyber warfare, as it was the first known worm to target industrial systems. Although never officially confirmed, it is widely believed that the attack, which caused substantial damage to Iran's nuclear program, was a joint effort by the United States and Israel. In recent years, these tensions have surged due to Iran's nuclear programs and regional power struggles. Iran's pursuit of nuclear technology has been a significant point of contention, with Israel and other nations expressing concerns about the potential for nuclear weapons development. At the same time, Iran's influence in the region has grown, sparking fears of a shifting balance of power. And then we find ourselves in 2023, a time where the tensions between Iran and Israel are at an all-time high. Deadly violence, political unrest, and religious tensions have created a volatile mix, with the potential for further escalation. The United States, along with the rest of the world, is watching closely, hoping to de-escalate the situation and avoid further violence. As we can see, the path has been fraught with conflict, each event adding another layer of complexity. In the theater of international politics, every actor has a role. What roles do Iran and Israel play? Let's delve into the geopolitical sphere where Iran and Israel take center stage. A stage where alliances are formed, influence is exerted, and the balance of power constantly shifts. Here, every move made by Iran or Israel reverberates through the entire Middle East, and indeed, across the globe. Iran, a country with a rich history and a significant influence in the region, has been a key player for decades. Its geopolitical role is shaped in part by its nuclear ambitions. These ambitions, seen by many as a threat to regional stability, have put Iran in the global spotlight. They have also set the stage for international negotiations and sanctions, all aiming to ensure that Iran's nuclear program is used for peaceful purposes only. On the other side of the stage, we find Israel, a country deeply intertwined with the narrative of the Middle East. Israel's primary concern is its security, a concern that is heightened by the nuclear ambitions of its neighbors. Israel's role in this geopolitical play is one of vigilance and defense, as it seeks to ensure its survival in a region filled with complex challenges. But the stage does not belong to Iran and Israel alone. There are others who play vital roles in this geopolitical drama. Among them, the United States and Russia, two superpowers with divergent interests and alliances. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, seeks to maintain stability in the region, while Russia, with its ties to Iran, has its own strategic interests to consider. But remember, in this theater of international politics, the script is never set in stone. Alliances shift, strategies evolve, and new players emerge. The roles that Iran and Israel play are not fixed, but are shaped and reshaped by the changing dynamics of the region and the world. The roles these nations play are as complex as the tensions between them. How do these tensions reverberate around the world? As we delve into the ripple effect of the Iran-Israel tensions, we can't ignore the global implications that this conflict carries. On the international security front, the Iran-Israel tensions can potentially escalate into a wider conflict, pulling in other nations and creating a ripple effect that could destabilize regions far beyond the Middle East. Uncertainty and fear of escalation can lead to an arms race, further destabilizing the region and the world. In terms of the global economy, these tensions also play a significant role. Iran and Israel are both significant players in the world economy, contributing in areas such as oil and technology, respectively. Any disruption in these sectors due to escalating tensions could have a ripple effect on global markets. Oil prices, for example, can skyrocket, affecting everything from the cost of transportation to the price of goods in markets around the world. Moreover, the diplomatic landscape is also impacted by the Iran-Israel tensions. Countries around the globe are forced to take sides, straining their own diplomatic relations. The international community, in its quest for peace and stability, often finds itself walking a tightrope, balancing the need to mediate peace with the necessity to maintain good relations with both nations. The tensions between Iran and Israel are not just a regional issue, but a global one. The ripple effects are felt in the corridors of power in Washington, Beijing, Moscow, and beyond. They impact global trade, international security, and diplomatic relations, creating a complex web of consequences that are felt far and wide. The echoes of this conflict are felt far beyond the borders of Iran and Israel. So what lies ahead in this turbulent journey? As we peer into the fog of uncertainty that is the future, we must consider the various paths that the Iran-Israel tensions could take. There's the road of escalation, a grim path leading to further conflicts, economic strains, and the potential destabilization of the region. Undeniably, the ripples from this road would reach far beyond the Middle East, affecting the global stage in ways we cannot fully predict. Then, there's the path of diplomacy, a challenging yet hopeful route. This road would involve robust peace initiatives, negotiations, and mutual understanding. It's a difficult journey, but one that holds the promise of stability and peace. However, it's essential to remember that these scenarios are not set in stone. The future is fluid, shaped by actions and decisions made today. In the end, the course of these tensions will largely depend on the willingness of both nations and the international community at large to foster dialogue and understanding. Because after all, isn't that what we all strive for? A world where differences can be resolved not with weapons, but with words. As we navigate the future, it is crucial to remember that understanding is the first step towards resolution.